The following is a semi-professional... fuck it, read it yourself. Welcome back to Nihilhalla. We are playing Space Marine again today. And...
man, you should just keep with the beatnik. And welcome back, everybody, to Nihilhalla. We are still playing Space Marine.
Oh. Just fucking keep going, like...
keep going with the fucking NPR douchey, fucking pretentious beatnik, whatever.
Why,
voice.
Though? Why would
that was a joke.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry, your sarcasm tone wasn't coming through.
Oh.
Anybody else have that problem? Don't answer, because I know you can't answer, because nobody comments on these things. But, like... fucking, I guess I just followed the electric. That's a neat little... Go here! Hey, listen! Yeah. Fucking Navi. Anyway, no, like, does anybody else have that problem in the viewer base where they'll say something and it's meant as a joke, and then like everybody around them goes all fucking full autismo on them, and like...
You talking NPR or...
No, just in general, like, where you say something with a sarcastic tone in your voice, and then all of a sudden it's like nobody takes it as sarcasm.
Oh. You mean when people can't tell the difference between being sarcastic and facetious?
Well...
that as well, or...
No.
I feel like I'm missing the point, possibly.
Sarcasm and being sarcastic and being facetious are the same thing, first of all.
No, they're not.
Okay, they sort of are.
They're very similar, but they're very different as well. And look at the size of that round.
Does it have windows on it? Are there fucking windows on the... Okay.
On the BEM?
Clearing this place.
Yeah, there are fucking like...
guardsmen cannot survive that long. We find a way.
You have to, like, you know, be able to see out of it.
Aureus, that's what I was trying to think of. There's goddamn Aureus windows on the fucking rounds for the gun. What is the Vengeance launcher? Oh, this is a grenade launcher.
Yeah, like you were in the Vengeance launcher. It's basically a giant building that shoots that huge round.
Oh. Well, this is the grenade launcher specifically, I think, that we're talking about. Fuck, where are the orcs? Oh, I guess we go this way. This way!
Over here, over here. Over against the dusty trail.
What's this?
A door. Yeah.
Why did they...
It's pageantry. Enjoy it.
Sure.
I love it.
Man, it's unnecessary.
Oh yeah, I was going to talk about how... so one of the biggest unbalancing factors of the game is because, as gamers are one to do, if they can find something to exploit, they do it to a fault. Because, you know...
Those are close.
I was about to... that's why I got quiet. I was like... So as gamers are one to do, and anything as you have seen in your days of being a gamer, Neil, that if a gamer can fucking exploit something, they will. That's why there is patches in online games and such.
Yeah, every fucking time. Every time.
So very, very few times are FAQs released for Warhammer 40k, and that's the problem, is like... that's where I say, like, the thing that sucks about competition is because
in the right place.
For one thing, the rulebook on 40k is obscenely long. Like, you have to read a solid 200 pages of rules to be able to, like, play the game proficiently. So let that sink in right there. Like, there is a lot of investment if you, like, want to get into the hobby other than just, like, you know, playing. Which, that is totally viable in the hobby, too, where you just, like, make the models and stuff, which is, like, my favorite part about it, honestly. And just reading the books and enjoying the lore. Gaming is a great part of it, too. You like to feel accomplished after you make your little mini models, but I play very casually now, and there's a group here in our part of the world that, I started a gaming club that I help run, and we, you know, kind of play casually and do story modes and whatnot.
Right.
In tabletop minis.
Do you play the actual... because there's an RPG that they made recently.
Dark Heresy?
Yeah.
I think it is. And I have, it's not very fun, but we play with the models and basically just make up story modes and stuff. So you know that it's still competitive, but it's not that competitive where things are exploited. And basically how stuff gets exploited in 40K is they'll make rules and you'll be like, okay, there's these characters. Well, I found with the way of getting these points, I make these guys damn near unstoppable, and what is equivalent to like the other army's side is just nowhere near able to compete and cost more or something. So that's kind of the problem they have with the game.
Oh, speaking of broken rule sets, or I should say exploited rule sets, what was that? It was a defensive structure or something you were talking with Noodles about the one day on the clan team.
Oh, yeah. The new Tau Tide Wall.
Yeah, what is that about? Because I know the Tau are incapable of melee combat.
They're not incapable, they're just terrible at it. So pretty much the Tau are... they're not in this game. There is a game, though. It is a 40K game. I don't know if we're ever playing it. It's got some pretty terrible reviews. But,
what game?
I think it's just called Fire Warrior, which is what their little infantrymen are called in the Tau. So the Tau are basically these blue aliens. They have kind of weird faces, and their whole thing is that the Imperium of Man like saw them far off in the distance and were kind of studying them, and we're like, oh, what the fuck is that new Xenos like fucking form? We better go kill them before we have problems. And something happened, like a warp storm happened, and which the warp was wanted to do to distort time. When the storm finally cleared after 500 years, they found this alien race that somehow evolved way too fast and had incredible technology. And the Tau basically have giant walker robots. They are very much like walker robot part of people who want to play that. They're basically Gundams kind of deal. They have mobile suits and everything like that. And then their drawback is that they have super far-ranged weapons, but if you get into melee combat with them, they're damn near worthless.
The walker, that's called a crisis suit, right?
The little walkers are called crisis suits. The big ones are called riptides.
Okay.
Man, that bomb squig's getting close. So, and then that's one of the things in the tabletop game is if you're in melee combat, you can't shoot out of it because you're obviously dealing with whatever is around you.
Right.
But the Tide Wall specifically, it's got this bullshit thing where every shot that hits it has a chance to ricochet and hit you. But because of, you know, gamers being the lawyers they are and able to exploit things, so as the rule is written, it says something like, basically the little gun on a tank could never possibly hurt the tank at all, but any of the shot that fires back automatically counts as a hit on the tank, so that's like where there's a ton of bullshit in the game because somebody didn't, you know, fucking look close enough to be like, well, this is a problem.
Nice. So that's what we were talking about with the a tank being able to glance itself to
death. It basically will ricochet enough bullets into it, even though those bullets cannot hurt itself in the regular rules of the game. But because of how it's written in the Tide Wall rules, it's really fucked up. So they're trying to fix stuff like that. I mean, I can't say that Games Workshop works at the ready, but at the same time, they make enough money to... And that's what I try to tell gamers is like, well, don't buy the shit. And guess what everybody does? They keep buying the shit, yeah. So nobody's going to change anything. That's what I try to tell people when they're like, they're not listening to us. I'm like, do you know how they'll listen to you? Money.
That's actually an interesting point, and again, we don't get political on the show, so I'm not going to go...
Oh, we've definitely mentioned it before about if you really want to vote with your money.
Yeah. Like if you...
Companies hate losing money, they will find a way to get their money back.
Like, if you think somebody who runs a shop is a racist fuck, just don't shop there. Like, it's that simple.
Yeah.
He'll lose the money for being a racist fuck.
And then if you're like, but I really don't want to drive to the other grocery store or bike store or whatever, well, then you don't care enough.
Yep.
Plain and simple. I actually haven't bought anything from Games Workshop in over a year because, like, I have just gone... I still love the lore, and I still enjoy playing and painting and doing all that stuff, but I refuse to give them any more money until they fix things.
I wonder how I get back there.
You blow up the barrels that were in front of that shit.
Oh, there was a barrel.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even see it.
So, you know, that's kind of what I say. It's when everybody, you know... boycotts anything, and they're like, I'm going to boycott Chick-fil-A and stand in front of it. Well, here's a couple things. You're not going to do it for the rest of your life, because you need money too to eat, so you don't eat there. But other people are eating there. They're not going to stop. I eat at Chick-fil-A on the occasion with my gay friends. And I go, but gentlemen, aren't you basically being no good, dirty... Oh, see, here he just walked right there. I was like, but gentlemen, aren't you being hypocrites? They're like, dude, who listens to these fucking xenophobic assholes anyway? And I was like, I guess you got a point. It's kind of like the Klan, you know what I mean?
Oh, the Ku Klux Klan?
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, if tomorrow, all of a sudden the Ku Klux Klan was like, you know what our favorite candy is? Snickers. It's not like a bunch of people are going to stop eating Snickers, because it's like, what's the fucking Klan? Who listens to them?
Snickers stock will probably take a hit if that happened.
I don't think it would.
I think it would.
The only
just
reason
because there'd be a couple of stockholders that were like, well, my family, blah, 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 and my beliefs,
you would
blah,
see
blah, blah,
maybe
blah.
a little hit, but it wouldn't be that devastating, because Snickers would obviously come out and say, well, we don't fucking side with the Klan, but we're not going to stop people from buying our candy. It's not like you can stop Snickers sales to Klansmen.
Well, and how would you know?
Exactly, but that's what I mean by if you really want to boycott something. I mean, a lot of people don't know this, but McDonald's and if you live in a town where you're like, man, the Wendy's now looks all Art Deco and weird, it's because fast food restaurants have been seeing a drop in profits, so they're trying to change to get your money back.
Now back to the lift.
That's why you see McDonald's post so much of, no, look, our beef isn't pink slime anymore, we promise.
Yeah.
Because people kind of went, well, fuck that shit. An even more perfect example right now is Chipotle. They are trying really hard. Their last botulism fucking scare really hurt their profits.
It's funny, I thought it was E. coli.
E. coli, whatever.
Because, well...
You want to talk about that more in the next episode?
Sure.
Yeah. Botulism's bad.
Yeah.